strong, I'm cooking healing broth, which I'm excited about. I got the water on right now. Got my thyme right here because guess what? Everybody is coughing their brains out right now. Everybody out there. I mean, if it hasn't hit you yet or hit your area yet, just, I mean, I don't know what to say, but it's like, everybody's getting the sniffles, the coughs, all the fever, everything else. So this stuff is running through everybody. It's everywhere. So what do we do to stay strong? Because what happens is that it's the bugs that go around knock everyone's immune system down, and then you can't get back off the ground because something else inside of you is creeping up, even if you don't hear it because it makes no sounds. The funny thing is that people walk around, oh, it's no big deal, it's good, you can get over a cold, whatever. But for a lot of people, it knocks them down. So then something else creeps up, like Epstein-Barr and shingles and all these other things, and their fever blisters, and all of a sudden now they got neurological fatigue and everything because the body it's just getting slammed by all the stuff going around. So how do we stay strong? Good to see you guys. Glad you guys are coming on right now, making healing broth, talking about also how to keep ourselves strong, which is really important, right? Right there, I'm telling everybody, it's like vitamin C. It's just like a broken record. Any friend that contacts me, I got a cough, I got the sniffles, I got whatever. Well, how much vitamin C are you doing? It's critical. How much? Making a healing broth if you guys just came on here, so I'm going to cut up an onion in a second and make some food. So I'm excited about that. Michelle L says slammed. I know, right? That's what happens. It's going on out there. So everybody's like, oh, no, it'll make me stronger. That next cold will make me stronger. That next flu will make me stronger. No. Unless you're doing something to take care of yourself, protect yourself, unless you're doing something, because it doesn't necessarily make you stronger. It beats you down. And now you're like dragging, or 6 months later, now all of a sudden you're like, why am I having these other problems? Like, what's going on? It's chipping away at your strength. Chipping away at the strength. So you want to be on this stuff. You want to be on what you want to be doing things like the healing broth is like that's running all the time. Like I have that running all the time, like every other day, making healing broth because I just want it on hand. So it's like, even if I don't consume it because things are going crazy, I put it in the fridge and then I reheat it or something. But the healing broth is a great thing to have right now, especially if you're feeling like, wait a minute, is that a sore throat? I'm losing my taste and smell. Wait a minute, I can't taste anything, I can't smell anything, and I got the sore throat and got a cough coming on. All of that. So how do we stay strong, you guys, so we're not getting kicked down that rabbit hole? You can get kicked down that rabbit hole really far. The flus come. Every 2 months, there's a new flu. Call it what you want. You know what I'm talking about. Every 2 months, there's a new flu. That's what it is, basically, right? One coming out of the running gate. And just when you thought you're recovering, you're doing okay, no big deal with that one, you get slammed again. Boom, another one, right? So how do we protect ourselves, keep ourselves strong during all this? So important to know. Healing broth, let's just get that going right now. Wait, before I go into the healing broth, you guys, it's January. It's a new year. Happy New Year. And morning cleanse challenge coming up. Look out. Sign up to my newsletter, just so you know, medicalmedium.com. Sign up to my newsletter so you know when it is. But we're going to be doing the Medical Medium Morning Cleanse Challenge. Make sure you have a Cleanse to Heal book. If you don't have a Cleanse to Heal book, pick one up. Get one free at the library. It's a medical textbook. It's got the morning cleanse in here. You want to have the book on hand. If you never had the book before, pick it up. It's 51% off Amazon.com US. So that's incredible. It's $16.99. So you can get that there. 75 recipes, 200 symptoms, conditions, all the different protocols. And it's got the cold and flu protocols. That means the cold and flu protocols, the things that we're dealing with right now, right? Call it what you want, as I was saying before. Call it what you want. If you want to call it something, you call it what you want, right? Whether it's the bug going around, hey, whatever that bug is going around, you got the protocols in here for the bug that's going around. Okay, so, but that medical medium morning cleanse challenge is coming up. But every time a friend's calling me, like, oh, I'm sick. I got hit with it. I'm in bed. How much vitamin C are you doing? How much? How much Zinc are you doing? Like, how much? Like, you what? You don't have Zinc? It's like, too bad. Too bad, because it would be really great if you had the Zinc. That's what I tell my friends. If you had the Zinc, right? So these things are important. Do you have the olive leaf right there? You have the olive leaf. Have that on hand. What do you have? And do you have the best elderberry syrup I've ever seen come to date? Like, there's nothing else on the forefront that can touch the elderberry syrup. This one right here, the Vimergy one. So this is Vimergy supplements. I'm not sponsored. Very important to know, I'm not sponsored, but the stuff is that good. So this is the elderberry syrup. Like, when you're coming down with something, not even coming down with something, if you're exposed or you're just, around people, what I tell my family is you do a tablespoon of elderberry syrup every single day right now in this day and age. When the world is freaking out and the bugs are going around, that's what you do. Even if it's 2 teaspoons or a teaspoon of the elderberry syrup right now, it's so important to know. Like, it's an important time for it. That's juiced elderberry. There's no product on the planet that can touch this. Like, when I look at other elderberry syrups now, it's garbage. That's how superseded. Like, this has superseded any elderberry syrup I've ever seen, anyhow, anywhere. It's just unbelievable. And so when I look at other elderberry syrups, I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. That's the old way of doing things. That's just a dried elderberry, basically, and then a whole bunch of cane sugar in there, low quality everything, citric acid and everything else in there. Oh, that's the old way. You know, this is the new way right here. No one's ever done it before. That's the most powerful way, right? What's the name of the elderberry syrup? It's Vimergy, V as in Victor, I, M as in Mary, ERGY.com. And I'm making the healing broth. So I got the water heating up, so let's chop some stuff up. Let's get an onion in here. Onions and garlic, baby. Onions and garlic. Get the onions and garlic in you. Really important right there. Medicinal, medicine. Onions and garlic is medicine, right? You need every edge you can get. I'm using whatever ingredients I have on hand right now, you guys, right? So I don't have all the perfect ingredients for medical medium healing broth, right? But I have close enough. And if that's happening in your house, and look, all you have is certain things, then use it, do it. I'm getting the onion in there. That's first off. Let's get that going in there, right? Onion and garlic is the critical component when you're doing healing broth. I know that everybody loves their chicken soup. I'm not ranking on chicken soup. It's just that the fat from the chicken stops your immune system from doing its job. The reason why chicken soup is something that went down in history as being helpful for bugs going around is because it takes people off of sausage, bacon, ham, pizza, lots of cheese. It takes them off of all that. So they end up getting sick with the flu or cold, and they find they eat some chicken broth, which is lighter than how they've been eating for probably years. And that's why people got like a bump up from having chicken broth. I'm not harping on it. That's something you do. No disrespect. I'm not judging anybody. That's not it. I'm showing you guys a different way. Your white blood cells cannot easily clobber the bug you're fighting when there's fat in the bloodstream. Bottom line. So when you're doing chicken soup, you got all that chicken fat in the soup. the chicken fat gets into your bloodstream and your immune system struggles. Yes, it's better than your normal standard fare, whatever you're doing, processed foods, fast food restaurants, pizzas, whatever it is. And then you get sick and now you're eating chicken soup and it gives your body a little bit more of an edge to heal because it is lighter than what someone else might be already eating every day. Because first of all, they get sick with flu, they're coughing, they got no appetite for a while, they go a day without really eating much of anything, maybe a dry piece of toast. And then they have some chicken soup. It's the first time someone stopped eating the usual fare they usually eat for a long time, so they get an edge. But that's not enough, especially with the bugs going around today. The bugs going around today, you guys got to have more of an edge. You don't want fat in the soup. So just like chicken soup has a fat in it, if I put oil in this healing broth, I'm doing the same thing as if someone was having chicken soup. How can you give your immune system the strength it needs when you got fat in the way, stopping your white blood cells from going after the bugs? And that's what happens. All the fat in your bloodstream, it's like becomes a big smoke screen. And that's what goes wrong, right? So I got some onion in there. Let's get some garlic in there now. Best thing you can do when you're sick with what's happening right now, stay off of the avocado, the oils, the nuts, the seeds. If you're vegan, stay off of the animal products. If you're animal protein, if you're sick, you're coughing, you got congestion in your lungs and chest, stay off of it. Keep the fats out of there. Jeanette says, chicken soup without the chicken is my new soup. Incredible, incredible. So what I'm doing is I'm peeling some garlic back because this is what we're doing. You love garlic, Bobby? Yeah, I do too. Love garlic. Now, if you're not a fan of garlic, you can keep it out. You can, but it's really important to have it in there. So if you can tolerate it on any level, try to keep it in. That's what I would say. Try to keep it in. Ren says, I got your juicer for Xmas gift. Amazing. I'm so happy for you. I really am. That's so great, right? I'm using a whole bulb of garlic, pretty much. You can do 2 bulbs of garlic. You feel something coming on? Do more than a bulb of garlic. Do 2. If you guys just came on here, we're doing the Medical Medium Morning Cleanse Challenge. It's coming up. I think it's in a week or so. Like, it's coming up, maybe a week. So I'm just giving you the forewarning. It's free. The Medical Medium Morning Cleanse Challenge is free. Make sure you have the book. Go to the library and get the book for free. With that, or go to Amazon.com, 51% off. We're doing the Morning Cleanse Challenge. It's a new year. Let's get healthy. Let's get strong. Let's build ourselves back up. Go to medicalmedium.com, sign up for my newsletter so you know where I'm at, like where the challenge is going to be, where everything's at. So I'm just throwing this garlic right in here. You don't even have to, cut it up. You don't have to chop it up. You can just pop it right out. If you see me hammering on this knife, right? I just said this earlier too. If you see me hammering on this knife, don't do it. Don't do it. If you hammer on a knife like this, the blade can't be angled to the inside. So the blade, the sharp part of the blade, can't be angled to you. So you can't put it down like that and hammer it. See, with the blade pointing to me, you don't want to do that. Here's what happens. You ready? It's easy to flip up this way and go right on the knife. I've seen people do it. Okay? You want to have it flipped outward. You want the sharp part going outward, and then you put it down. The knife doesn't flip easier up like that. It doesn't. It actually, the weight of the knife does keep it down for some reason. So you want to do, it's the safest way to go. If you're popping like the skins off the garlic. If you guys just came on, you'll put more in your broth. Amazing. You guys, Cold White Spring, it's on Rumble. Echoda's on Rumble, right? Daisy Powerhouse is on Rumble. Aware is on Rumble. Kaylee Girl is on Rumble. G Delicious is on Rumble. G Delirious is on Rumble. We're getting some garlic in here. We're live on YouTube. Probably got a few people on there right now. We're live on Facebook. Live on TikTok. Got a few people on there too. And Telegram. Don't forget Telegram. Meltem says she loves the healing broth. Incredible. So you want to keep the oil. You want to keep the fat out of the healing broth. You want it fat-free. Overt fat-free. Radical fat-free. You don't want anything in there that's an overt fat. You're not going to be able to recover fast enough when you get hit with the bug going around. All right, we got some garlic in there, which is great. Give my hand a little rinse. So let's put some other things in here. We can put anything in here. I got some carrots. Why not pop some carrots in there, right? Missed that one. Try. There we go. Oh. All right. One more time. Oh. I don't know. All right, let's go. So we're going to pop some carrots in there. You can chop them up a little bigger if you want. Remember, this is the healing broth. You don't have to eat the vegetables. If you want to eat some of the vegetables and you're really hungry, then eat some of the vegetables. That's okay. So I'm doing some chopping right here, you guys. If you guys just came on, you might want to sign up to my newsletter so you know what's going on. I give out a lot of information that way. I'm doing the healing broth because everybody's sick. Everybody is sick. It's insane, actually. And in 2 months or another month, it's going to be like that all over again. A new bug every other month. So with that, the healing broth is incredible because what it does, it helps as an expectorant. It gets mucus out of the chest. It gets that phytochemical compounds from the garlic and onion in the sinuses. Right? It's got antiviral compounds. Really important. So you want to have a good healing broth going on. You really do. Really important. I'm going to throw some thyme in here. I'm going to do some thyme water too, but I'm throwing thyme in here. Look at this. I don't know if you guys can see this. Medicine. Hey man, this is medicine. Uh-huh. Can I roll this into a paper? It's thyme. This is like, this is the real stuff. Incredible. It's good stuff. Love it. All right, I'm putting a little bit more in there. Thyme is so good for you. Let's get some ginger in here. There we go. Keep the skins on. And just do this right here. Just cut it up. Put a decent amount of ginger in there. If you don't like ginger, just get some in there then. Just get some in there. Awesome. That's fresh thyme. Claudia, that's fresh thyme. Indeed. That's what it is. Let's put some potato in here. You can do some potato in your healing broth. You definitely could. There's nothing wrong with that. This is a beautiful red potato. It's not a sweet potato. It's red potato. Let's get that in the healing broth. That's awesome. It's a great thing to get in there. Guess what? Potatoes are high in lysine. They're antiviral against the fever blister, against the EBV, against cytomegalovirus, against all the different bugs, right? Potatoes are antiviral. And yeah, and the bugs that are going around right now, and the flu and cold bugs, or whatever you want to name it, is really afraid of potato. Potatoes are a great weapon against it. I'm going to throw a red bell pepper in here, you guys, if you don't mind. Let's get a red bell pepper in. Pop that in. We're making a healing broth. We're going to make some thyme water. We're going to talk about powerful supplementation that's critical right now. I mean, when you have the medical medium Zinc shock therapy available, when you start getting sick, it's like one of those protection methods. It's so amazing. It's there to cut it down in half. If someone was going to get real sick, they're going to get less sick. Maybe you can even thwart it all together. Okay, let's get the red bell pepper in there. So let's talk about Z-shock therapy. So if anybody wants to know what Z-shock therapy is, right? There it is. So that's the Vimergy one. It's the liquid zinc sulfate right there. Okay, it's the only stable Z on the market. The other Zs are not stable. So right now, when people say, oh yeah, okay, I'll go get Z. Okay, well, you're only going to probably get a fraction of what can help you compared to what you can get out of the right product, right? If you came on here, I'm not sponsored by Vimergy. I know them. I've become friends with them over the years, just like I've become friends with probably many, many other supplement company people, because I want to make sure they can offer things. And I could put like a little bug in there, like, hey, can you keep out the natural flavors so you don't poison my people? Hey, can you keep out the citric acid so you don't poison my people? Can you keep out the fillers that nobody knows about that are hidden in every supplement company and nobody realizes it? So I try to make friends with everybody. That's what I've done for 20 plus years. And any company that has even a partial quality product, I want to know them. I want to meet up. I want to see how they do it. Because if I'm going to recommend something to my people or my family, my friends or whatever, I want to know it's incredible. And that's the Vimergy product right there. So Z-shock therapy, right, is what I've used all these years. So I've learned that from Spirit of Compassion, where you can head off, stave off that cold or that flu bug. You can stave it off. You can head it off the path, right? Head it off at the pass, right? And that's what I love about Z-shock therapy. So Z-shock therapy is every 3 hours, 2 dropperfuls. 2 dropperfuls. Every 3 hours, waking hours. Veronica Samara says, I'm the only one not sick at home from the bug, ... Following flu and cold protocols, lemon water and celery juice. Incredible. Incredible. And then you still have Z-shock therapy too, if you need it, right? 2 dropperfuls. Every 3 hours. This is cooking up right here, you guys. And you can put it in a little bit of water. That's all. You put it in a little bit of water, like a shot glass. So let me go get a shot glass. You can put it in there and add a little bit of water to it, and then you got yourself the Z-shock therapy, right? You do it for a couple of days if you're really sick. If you're coming down with something, you do it for 2 or 3 days. And you get ahead of it. That's a weapon, man. That's a weapon. I can't tell you, if I had a feather for every time someone said, AW, that saved my life. AW, I was half as sick as I would have been. AW, I never even got sick. AW, my sore throat went away. AW, I caught it in time and I did that Z-shock therapy. If I had a feather, I'd be flying. I wouldn't have to book plane tickets. I just literally grab my million feathers, stick them on me, and try to fly. You know. So Jacqueline says, I love how tolerable the Vimergy zinc is on the stomach. It's the only one that I know people with sensitive stomachs can tolerate. So that's the other thing. Because it's stabilized, right? Unstabilized zinc, which is all the other companies right now, unfortunately. I don't know why people can't get it right out there. But it's unstabilized. And then they have to use terrible things like citric acid or whatever in there, right? And it just burns a hole in your stomach. So when people get sick from Z, they feel like they're getting a hole burned in their stomach, right? And like I said, seriously, so many people with the Z-shock therapy, what it's done. Zinc shock, vitamin C, and golden seal have saved me, Cindy says. Incredible, right? So that's an important thing right now. And look, stomach flu is on its way. That one's going to come through this winter on top of all the other stuff that's happening, right? And these bugs are virulent. That's just the way they are. And it's about taking control, having some empowerment, empowering yourself. Be like, you know what? I'm going to have this on hand. I'm going to have the ingredients on hand when I need it, or go out and get what I need. If something's happening, I'm going to have the healing broth. I'm going to have the thyme water. I'm going to have the thyme tea. I'm going to have lots of oranges on hand, right? Lots of oranges, all that incredible vitamin C. All that matters too, right? You want your oranges on hand, lots of those. Because what you can do is you can make yourself some fresh squeezed orange juice. How about that for your white blood cells? That's incredible right there, right? And then you always keep some thyme in stock. Maybe grow it someday too in a pot right outside your porch or your window or on your windowsill. Something like that. But having lots of thyme is really important. Having ginger on hand for ginger tea, that's another one all on its own, right? So having ginger tea all on its own, that's a great one. You got your ginger. So let's talk about thyme water for a minute. You ready? I put water in this jug, right? And then I take this thyme and I drop it in. Someone told me the other day it's too hard to do all this stuff. That's what they said. It's too hard. You said, hey, I just want to tell you something. I can't do this stuff. I said, what are you talking about? I can't do the thyme whatever. I'm like, what? I put water in the jug and I dropped fresh thyme in. That's all I did. Now it goes in my fridge. Now it's a weapon against the bad guys. Goes in the fridge. It's steeping. Drink it on and off all day long. It's just really great. Simple. Simplicity. Lydia, hi. Please let me know the brand of vitamin Z. That's it right there. It's the Vimergy. V as in Victor. I, M as in Mary. ERGY. That's a big deal. And if you're somebody and you don't have the right Z, if you don't have the right something, if you don't have the right vitamin C, or you don't have any at all, you got the healing broth. There's still tools you can do in your power in that moment when you start getting sick and something starts going wrong. You can still do life-changing things. So let's make a thyme tea. So I'm going to heat up some water right now. So I'm going to heat up some water. We're going to make some thyme tea. That's the next thing. You can put honey in your thyme tea. You can do all kinds of stuff, right? You can put lemon in your thyme tea. You can put lime in your thyme tea if you really want. They haven't got time for thyme, Dino says. Can you show us your broth? Linda would love to. Thank you for being here. I'm so happy that you want to see the broth. Is there a way to show you guys this way? I think there might be. Can you see that? Well, the broth is about to spill. You guys see that on Telegram? You see that on Rumble, YouTube? You guys see that on TikTok? That's the healing broth cooking up real nice. I got a cabbage here from earlier, but you don't have to put that in there. I mean, if it's all you got, you could. So let's make some thyme tea. Let's go, you guys. We're having some fun. Hot water. Right? You can go with honey. You can do that if you really want. Put a little honey in there. You can put a lemon in, some lemon in there too, right? You can do that. Let's get some thyme in there so it's steeping. All right. You can mix it up with a spoon. Got a little spoon you can mix it up with. I'm going to pop a little bit of lime in there. I'm going to talk about vitamin C shock therapy. It's in Cleanse to Heal. Put a little lime. Okay. So in Cleanse to Heal, if you really want to know, if you want to have these tools, the Z-shock therapy for your white blood cells so you can clobber the bugs that are going around is in here, in Cleanse to Heal, right here. The vitamin C shock therapy is also in here too. We'll do that too. I got a couple of mugs over here we can do it. I'm letting the thyme tea do its thing right there. Thyme sits in your bloodstream longer than other herbs. So when you drink your thyme tea, the phytochemical compounds in thyme float around your bloodstream, staying there longer so it can keep the bad bugs away. And that's what I love about it. So powerful. Let's make a vitamin C shock therapy. Let's do that now. Vitamin C shock therapy. You put some water in here. Right? 2 capsules every 2 hours. 2 capsules every 2 hours that are waking. If you're up, take it. Right? What I'll do, sometimes I'll do 3. If I was exposed, I'll do 3. Right? So we got that. Let's get an orange in here. So vitamin C shock therapy takes an orange. You can strain the seeds. Get a strainer out. Squeeze it in. This is the vitamin C shock therapy. Every 2 hours. What a powerful tool. You guys, if none of this stuff ever worked or ever helped anybody, it'd be a different story. I'd be here like, hey, try this. But these things work. Like work. For real. Because in alternative medicine, it's smoke and mirrors and a lot of bullshit. Alternative medicine is so much bull, it's unbelievable. So the book is in the profile. Just on TikTok, they said, what about the book, Cleanse to Heal? It's right there. The link is there. And guess what? A free Medical Medium Morning Cleanse Challenge is coming up like real soon. Make sure you sign up to the newsletter. So it's the Medical Medium newsletter. Go to medicalmedium.com. You'll find the newsletter. Sign up so that we can send you an email saying, hey, are you ready for the cleanse, the free cleanse? The link is in the description for the newsletter. In the bio, too. In the bio. And the book is there, too. Thumbs up if you guys can. Thumbs up on YouTube. Thumbs up wherever you can, YouTube and subscribe. Right. Thumbs up, like, whatever options you have. So what I'm doing here is I have to get some honey in here. So I like honey in here. So this is vitamin C shock therapy. Every 2 hours, 2 capsules. The best vitamin C that's easy on the stomach. So what happens when everybody gets the flu and they get the cold bugs? Their stomach goes south. Their stomach just goes sour. A lot of people, half the people who get the flu bugs end up throwing up. All the mucus in their sinus congestion and mucus in their lungs and everything, it's going into their stomach. So what happens when someone catches a bug? They're swallowing all the mucus all night long and their stomach gets sick. That's why a lot of kids throw up. That's like a lot of people throw up when they get the flu or the cold or they get the bug going around. They're vomiting because their stomach is filled with mucus. Another reason why they're vomiting is because all the sinus pressure from the bug that's going around right now, and I'm seeing it out there, the sinus pressure is putting pressure on their vagus nerves. So everybody has this pressure on the vagus nerves. The sinus pressure is putting pressure on their facial nerve, trigeminal nerve, vagus nerves, and optic nerves. And that makes people throw up too or get sick in the stomach. So how am I going to take vitamin C, AW, if I'm so sick I can't even... I'm coughing. I have no appetite. I can only get a piece of dry toast down. Like, what do I do? I'm like, dude, Get the micro C because it's really gentle on the stomach, so you can do something about it while you're trying to heal. So that's the vitamin C shock therapy, medical medium vitamin C shock therapy right there. 2 capsules every 2 waking hours. You got some orange in there. You got a little bit of honey in there. That's a weapon. You got to have some tools that can do some damage to the bad guys. Deborah says the shock therapies really do work. Exclamation point. Been there, done that. Amazing. In alternative medicine, the smoke and mirrors is just incredible. That's how it's always been, right? This promotes this. I'm Dr. So-and-so. I'm Dr. Try my supplement. It promotes well-being. It promotes good health. It's like, yeah, okay, I'll buy that. Another sucker born every second. I'll buy that. But the stuff never works. You have to use things that work. Health is nothing to fool around with. Life is precious. And the amount of crap that's piled high, so high out there, that people have to swim through, I don't know how anybody gets by. You get sick and sick and sick and sicker. Sure, if you're not so sick, I get it. If you're not so sick and you're young and you're indestructible and you only have a little rash or a little bit like a pimple, you get 3 pimples and you run to a functional medicine doctor because your tummy's a little funny and you got 3 pimples. You got a little bit of bloating. You got it under control with your functional medicine doctors and everything else, right? Because you're not really sick. You got a couple of little things, but you're in the not so sick group, right? But man, when you're sick, it's like landmine, stab in the back, landmine, pitfall, pothole. It's like, it's crazy. How does anybody even survive? They don't. They go downhill until everybody forgets about them. You know how many people are just dropping like flies out there all around the world, and then they just disappear? Oh, yeah, that person used to work here. I don't know what happened to them 2 years ago. Who cares? Jeanette, I see medical medium information all the time taken by doctors on ads. Oh my God, Jeanette. I just had a meeting about that. Here's what's happening. All the doctors have taken medical medium original unique information out of the books. That's only been put in the books, nowhere else, right? They've taken it, they've hijacked it. They have no studies to show where it comes from because they don't come from studies, they come from medical medium literature. And they're banking off it, right? That's what they're doing, right? But that's just one area. I'm seeing it everywhere. We see it everywhere. Medical medium information. So the goal is censor medical medium wherever we can. So medical medium doesn't take credit so that his people who find him can't find him and get better. So that they take the medical medium information, they chop it up, dice it up, they put it out there, they add their other stuff to it. People don't really get better from it. They don't give credit to the good stuff they're using from medical medium. It's sad. I don't care about the credit. I could care less. I didn't go into this. If I wanted credit, I would have done 10 shows, TV series, because I've been offered all the TV series for the medical medium TV series, all on mainstream TV, all the different networks for the last 20 years have been offering me TV series, right? Reaching out to me and everybody, and networks reaching out and being like, let's do a medical medium series where you're working on people, right? I didn't want to get credit. I just want people to have the information so someone can heal. So somebody can heal. So this is cooking up nice. We got the vitamin C shock therapy. We got the Z shock therapy right there. That's a big one all on its own. We have the Thyme tea. We got the healing broth. Simple, powerful, right? Simple, powerful. Such a good thing, right? So talk about cat's claw a little bit. So would I recommend friends and family to do cat's claw if they get hit with something? I mean, ask your doctor what's right for you. You guys know that. You can ask your doctor what's right for you. But I tell friends and family, you got something going on, you think you're getting something, boom, let's get the cat's claw going. Here's what's really sad, and people don't realize this. So you guys hear me out if you have a second, please, right? It's one thing to be okay with no real problems with your health yet, and then you catch the flu or a cold or a bug going around. It's another where you've struggled with fibromyalgia, Hashimoto's thyroiditis, multiple sclerosis symptoms, neurological Lyme, lupus, terrible digestive problems, neurological symptoms left and right, trigeminal neuralgia, migraines, or anything else. And then you get the flu or the bug going around and everything. You see how that works? So someone can be like, well, I'm not, I'm young, I'm indestructible. Oh, I got it. Oh, I'm sick for a week. Okay, get back on track, right? And still it could knock them down. But then you get people who, they've already had problems. They already have problems. A lot of people, you guys know how it is. They got eczema, psoriasis, they got vitiligo, they got lupus, they got MS, they got, neurological Lyme, they have all these other conditions, they got problems with their thyroids, whatever. And then they get hit with it. That's why it's important to take care of yourself, like having these tools. It's why it's so important. Michelle Fromm says, you inspired me to make healing broth right now. Thank you. Yay! Incredible. Make sure you get the book. Get it free at the library too. So you have all these other tools. The Z-shock therapy, the vitamin C shock therapy, the flu and cold protocols. Right? You guys, I did an Amazon Live cooking show today. Just letting you know, I did an Amazon Live cooking show. I made these incredible spring rolls. And it was really fun. So make sure you sign up to my Amazon Live. Like, sign up or follow me on Amazon Live. So look for me there so you don't miss out, because the Medical Medium cooking show is really cool. We do a lot of cooking tips and stuff like that. Just letting everybody know. Link is in the description. Link is in the bio. TikTok. Telegram. You know where to get the link. So your live was amazing. So Darlene, you watched it? Incredible. Limbaum Love says the Amazon Live was amazing. Loved it. Emily Marshall. Oh my God. Cooking show was awesome. Thanks, Emily. Amazing. Incredible. Courtney said, whenever I see you, I'm reminded of the MM tools. Amazing. Lorraine says, it made you so hungry. Yeah, I downed them. I made all these spring rolls and just scoffed them down. I was just in between everything. I was walking around, just eating them. It was great. It was great. I used the dipping sauces. Terry says, what kind of broth? This is the healing broth. So I got lots of garlic in there. I got onions in there, right? Got some carrots in there too. Okay. And I got some potato in there as well. I threw some fresh thyme in there. That's a Medical Medium healing broth. For the moment, I use what I have, and there's lots of ginger in there too. Happy New Year's back to you, Joe. Happy New Year's to everybody. Seriously. Isabella says those spring rolls look so good. I want to make them all. They're really fun. So many cool ones there. So, give you a little reminder. Good protection method right there. The elderberry syrup, there's nothing like that out there. I'm letting you guys know. Process, the way they do this process is incredible. It's a juiced elderberry. The whole thing's incredible, right? It's got vitamin C in here. So that actually has vitamin C in it, which is, like, who does that in an elderberry syrup? Is there water in the broth? Yeah, I did put 8 cups of water in there, somewhere around there. I wasn't actually counting perfectly. And this is done. This broth is done, by the way. B12 is critical for recovery, especially with neurological symptoms when we get sick with a cold flu, which is really important. And lemon balm's a great one right there. You got the vitamin C shock therapy. You got the elderberry syrup. All these things are important. I'm not sponsored by Vimergy. It's Vimergy.com. V as in Victor, M as in Mary, ERGY.com. The stuff is superior, which is unbelievable. It's just incredible. We talked about Thyme tea. We got Thyme water right here. On a recap, you guys. We got that. We got the healing broth. Let's get a little bit of healing broth out. Get the lid off of this. Now, I'm not straining this right now. I'm just actually using this just to get the broth out. See, you guys? I'm sure you've done this before, right? Okay? So basically, I'm pushing this down in there, and I'm just getting the broth. I think what I'm going to do is use a see-through bowl. How's this? Does that work? Might get a little piece of carrot in there. Because what I'm doing is just bringing this down into the broth. I'm kind of letting the broth spill onto the spoon. To the ladle. And that's what I'm doing right now. So I'm getting this broth. All that congestion in the lungs, all that congestion in the sinuses, and you sit over this thing and you breathe in the steamy hot broth, and then you blow on the spoon and you suck it right in, and all those chemical compounds get driven into the body. How incredible is that? Is it okay to freeze the broth? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So that's the broth right there. How long does the broth keep? I keep it in the fridge for a couple days. A couple days, easy. You can reheat it. You can freeze it too if you want. Gail says, I've only known you for a week. Yay! And I love you already. Thanks for all you do. Don't worry, ladies. I'm 72. Well, thank you. Listen, honestly, I'm honored you're here. Truly. Okay? It's so great. I'm glad you weren't scared away. It's an amazing community. And I'm glad you weren't scared away by all the stuff I do, like when I'm like doing all the different stuff on Instagram, the fun stuff, which we're going to go and do. We're going to do that in a little bit. I'm going to make another healing broth, I think, on Instagram. And then, I don't know. I'm not going to be dressed up like the pirate today. But who knows? It's the best community. You guys, I love you much. And I'll see you soon. I'm just going to straighten up a little bit for a few minutes. TikTok, I'm turning you guys back on. And Telegram, I'm turning you back on. Right? And we're going to do it. And then I'm heading off to IG with you guys back on. So come to Instagram. We're going to have some fun. Can't wait. Cold White Spring says pirate. All right.